Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Beam for Construction. So as you all know that we have started in Revit tutorial series for the architects and the civil engineer student. So if you haven't watched our previous of any existing videos, you can go check out my playlist section. And today we will be discussing about how you can create a curtain wall and how you can place a mullion as per your requirement, how you can change the gaps between multiple mullion, and how you can change the material for that particular glass. Okay, so let's start. So as you can see here in the architecture tab, while creating a wall, if you click on the wall here, you will be clicking on architecture wall, then many of the system families will be available as per your project template. Okay, so we have already discussed in details what does each wall means, what each layer is used on the wall, particular function of that wall layer, how you can add or reduce any one of the existing layers, how you can change the thickness of wall, everything we have discussed in detail, material, height, everything. Okay, so today we will be discussing about, if you go below here, you will found some curtain wall options are there. So three options are there. First is curtain wall, second is exterior glazing, third one is storefront. So this all three we will be discussing in detail in this video. Let's say we will be starting with curtain wall. Here I have chosen this one. I'm creating a one wall in the 3D direct here. So let's say I'm creating a 16 feet by 6 inch. This curtain wall I have created. Now again this one I am selecting, pressing the command CS to create similar. Okay, again now this time I am choosing the exterior glazing. So exterior glazing again, let's say 16 by 6, again same. Now choosing the third option, the storefront. So this one is storefront, 16 feet by 6 inch again. So in all three we are having some differences. So what is the main differences that we will be discussing now? As you can see here in the first one, only 16 feet by 6 inch and the 10 feet by 6 inch height, and in length 16 feet by 6 inch. Only the glass is created, no mullions, no partition in between that glass. Okay, in next that is used, we have used in this with exterior glazing. In this you can see grid systems are there, one grid here, one grid here, but mullions still is not placed. So basically for any curtain system there will be a glass and there will be a mullions you can say it is made up of the steel or the aluminum frame on which the glass are installed. Okay, so steel frame or the aluminum frame will be there as per the load of the building. Sometimes if the load is higher, then the construction will be required the steel framing, and if the load is less we can the aluminum framings also. So in first one only the glass is placed. In second one the glass comes with the grid system. Now we can adjust the grids, we can place the mullions, we'll be discussing. And in third one both the glass is placed, also the mullions are placed here. Okay, so these are the three differences. Now let's say if we have placed the glass, if you want to place the grid system, so here in the architecture tab you will find a curtain grid. So first if you are selecting curtain mullion, if you want to place the mullion of aluminum or whatever steel material, so you will be going here, but it will be placing only at the borders. In middle there is no grid, so first we need to create a grid system, then it will then we can place the mullion in the middle, vertical and the horizontal portion. So let's say we are starting with the curtain grid. I am selecting one curtain grid here from the, let's say 4 feet. This one I am selecting 4 feet, then again let's say 4 feet. You can adjust later on also. Let's say here again 4. So okay, now as you can see here we have placed in the vertical direction grids. Okay, so you can adjust after placing also. If you need 4 feet, this one also you can mention 4 feet, and the rest one is 4 feet 6 inch. This one we are having 4 feet already. So again if we need to place in the vertical direction, you will be going here. Vertical also you can place let's say 2 feet or 3 feet around from the bottom. Then again we need 2 feet from the above, let's say. So here we have placed the curtains in curtain grids in the vertical, in the horizontal direction of a particular glass. Now if you go to mullion, then you can create a mullion right now. Okay, so for creating mullions there are three options: grid line segment, or grid. So first of all, grid line. Whatever be the grid line we have created for this, for let's say example this whole horizontal, it will create a mullion over this whole horizontal line. Okay, so next one, grid line segment, means if you don't want to create the mullion for this whole grid line, you want to create in particular section, let's say for this section only, then you can choose this grid line segment here. Okay, so rest the full grid line it is not covering, only the particular section of grid line that we have selected. Okay, the third one, if you want to create the mullion for all the grids in one time, you can simply click on this. You will be selecting this glass door and it will create in one time mullion for all the grid of that particular class. Okay, so understood all these three options. Here we are having to create mullion. You understood all these three. Okay, these three features also we understood. The first one, that is the curtain wall option. So now like this you can adjust. If you want to adjust the grid distance, you can again adjust here like 3 feet or whatever you want. You can adjust by dragging also. Okay, so those adjustment is up to you. You can do this. If you want the mullions in the border also, so for borders you don't need to create a curtain grid. You can simply go to mullion and you can place here. For example, let's say here for the borders you can directly place. Understood? So this one is the first option, that is curtain wall. In that we have to create a grid system, then we have to place mullion manually. Okay, next one, as you can see here, grids are already there. The vertical grids are there. Okay, now if you want to create a curtain grid for the horizontal, then you can create, but vertical we are having two grids already there, 1, 2. Okay, so if I select this one, this is our exterior glazing. If I go to edit type, you can see here, see in this we are having. So as you can see here, we are having some rule for the vertical grids and horizontal grids. Based on that rule, this one curtain wall exterior glazing, it will be creating a grids automatically. Okay, so if you go to first one, in which we have created the grids and mullions manually from our side. If you go to here, edit type, that is curtain wall. If you go to here, there is no rule for the vertical grid, no rule, horizontal grid, no rule, vertical mullions, no rule, horizontal mullions, nothing. So we have created everything here by manually. But if you go to this one that we have created using curtain wall glazing, if you go to edit type, in vertical grid and horizontal grid there is a rule. Let me mention it's a 6 feet, so we will understand with the clear data. Here also let's say 3 feet. Okay, so here let me take 6 feet, up to let me take 3 feet. Okay, so as you can see here in the vertical grid, so whatever be the vertical grid, 1, 2, 3, it will create a vertical grid after 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet fixed distance. And the horizontal grid, it will create an horizontal grid after every 6 feet. Let's say we are doing it apply. Okay, so as you can see here, the total length we are having right now is 6 feet 6 inch. If I measure here, you can see the vertical grid distance is 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet, and the rest it will leave whatever with the rest left. If you go in the vertical direction, you can see here 6 feet. We will be having 6 feet. For example, let's say this one will be around 6 feet. If I go to any of the section view, let me go to section views. Okay, so from here you can see we are having a 6 feet, then above we are having 4 feet 6 inch left, because our total length of this curtain wall is 10 feet 6 inch. So as per this you can define the rule. If you want to change the rule again, you can say like here, if you don't want 6 feet, you want also 3 feet in the horizontal grid, then it will create 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet, then rest it will be left here. So like this you can use any of these rules. You can set vertical grid rule, you can set horizontal grid rule, you can also customize from here. For example, if you don't want as per the fixed distance, you want as per the fixed number, then it will create as per the fixed number. Let's say for example in the vertical grid we need the fixed number. So you can click on this fixed number. Okay, apply. Okay, so here you can select it, you can mention the numbers. For example, you need in the 10 numbers, then it will divide in the 10 numbers. You need it in the 20 numbers, it will divide in the 20 numbers. So like this you can set the rules here. If you want from the fixed number, you want from the maximum spacing, you want from the fixed distance. So like that you can set rules here, and those rules will be applied here. Okay, so we have understood in the first one, a simple glass will be there. We have to place grid lines manually. We have to place mullions manually. In the second, we are having an automatic grid line setup as per the rules that we have defined here. Okay, so here as you can see here also. Okay, so here as you can see, let's say if you have placed the grid system with the help of the inbuilt rules, then still after that you want to shift some grid length, then you can do it. There is no issue. You can simply uncheck all those partitions here. You have to select any of the one grid. You will be unpin here, you will make it unpin, and then you can move it as per your requirement further. This is not an like hard and fast that you have to follow only the rules whatever you have set inside with vertical grid and horizontal grids.
Can I use the meeting for
yes
10 minutes?
Yeah, after.
Right.
So you can also shift this first. The simple things you need to make it unpin from here, and then you can shift as per your requirement. Okay, so two methods we have discussed, both two are clear. So later on you have to place the mullions. For the mullion, as we have already discussed, you can use any one of them. If you want to place a full particular grid line, you will be selecting this one. If you want to place only in the particular partition, you will be selecting this one. If you want to place it all over, you will be selecting the last one option. Okay, so this one also clear. Now let's go to the third one, that is our when we are creating a wall, architecture wall, the third one option, that is storefront. In storefront, by default you are having a grid system and mullions, both are there. Okay, so if you are selecting, let's say this one, this we are selecting this curtain wall. If you go to edit type, there will be a vertical grid, horizontal grid rules also there. Let's say let me make it to 3 feet also, 6 feet also, and also the vertical mullions and horizontal mullions rules are also there. Let's say we have adjusted the grid system, apply. So as per that it will be created again. If you want to change in the mullion, that is interior type, means whatever with the interior vertical mullion. If you want to change from 50 to 150 mm, let's say you want 30 mm square, you can type here, apply, and the changes will be saved here as you can see. Okay, in the horizontal also, if you want to change the type, you can change from the horizontal mullion. Let's say we are changing on 30 mm square, apply. Okay, here also the borders will be there. If you want to change in the borders, you can go here, edit type, border 1, this is the first one, and the border 2. Now also if you want to change, as you can see here, we have changed the mullions for the horizontal and vertical, but as you can see here in the borders, if you want to connect like the border one, you want to be continuous, so you will be simply going here, edit type again. Here as you can see, a join condition will be there. So in vertical grid continuous, here we don't want vertical grid to be continuous, we want the border one, that is the border and vertical grid. Here apply, okay, so this border will be continue joining. So this is how you can control the properties also. And also one more thing, if you want to control, like if you want this horizontal grids or the vertical grids at an angle, so here horizontal grid, vertical grid, whatever you want, you can mention, like for example 30-degree angle. So those grids will be the 30-degree angle. Okay, and this is how you can control the angles for the horizontal, vertical grids. This is how you can create the curtain with all those three methods in the architectural wall. First one that we have discussed about the curtain wall, in which only the glass will be there. In the from starting we have to create grids, and then we have to place mullions. In exterior glazing, grids will be there by some rule method that we can modify, and then we have to place mullions. In the storefront, grid and mullions both are controlled by the rules. And of course, as we have already discussed, that you can control those mullions after the placement also. You have to simply go to here, you have to make unpin, and you can simply move. Okay, so those things are not like mandatory that you need to follow. You can simply go and you can. Okay, so this one mullions we have selected, we have make it unpin. Let me turn this hide so we can select the grid behind it. Okay, so this grid we have selected, we are making it unpin. Now you can simply move it here. For bring the mullions back, which we have done the temporary hide, we have to press the command HR and those mullions will be again visible. So like this you can move the grids again, and those the mullions will associated with that particular grid will be shifted at the new location. So yes, then simply you can move by unpinning those grid with any one of those pattern you have choose to create the curtain wall. Okay, now if you, for example, if you are having a particular, let's say, room, so how you can place it over that wall also. Let's say we are having one store here and we want to place curtains as per, let's say we are choosing the last one for now, storefront. From here to here I need a curtain wall. I'm choosing this wall here also. Okay, so like this you can simply place. Okay, this wall we need also here. Go to wall again, wall architecture, glass storefront. Here also I'm creating the same. Okay, so like this you can create a curtain wall with mullions or curtain wall with glass only, whatever the first, second, third options you can create such kind of curtain wall and the mullions for any of your existing walls if you want to create in your existing wall. Here you can adjust, let's say if you want to adjust the length, you can adjust the length. Okay, you can adjust the height also. For let's say if you want the height or if you want this offset from the bottom, let's say we need the offset for this particular from the bottom of this one 2 feet above, so it will be 2 feet above and the wall will be automatically generated again here. And from the top also, if you need, let's say only the top, we need up to 8 feet. Okay, so one wall will be created above also. So this is how you can control those things as per your project requirement. So yes, this is all about the curtains wall. And one last thing, if you want to change the material also you can change. So there will be an option. If you go here, if you select this one by tab, if you are pressing the tab again and again, you will be selecting this panel. So right now you can see it is system panel glazed. You will be going to edit type, you can change the material from here also. And if you want, there is another better option. You can go to manage, you can go to objective style, you can search for the curtain. Okay, here the curtain glass, which material it is using, material glass. So you can modify the material directly here. Whatever be the material or the color you are choosing, it will be changing or updating to that particular color. So yes, this is how you can change the color, material and everything. So this is all about the curtains. Hope you like the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.